Hey guys, and welcome back to a new video here on the CoreX server. So, last episode we did a lot. We finished this cute little town. We have big plans for today, and that is a sheep farm. However, I have done some things. So as you can see, my armor is enchanted. It's not the best, but it's definitely there. I just need XP to mend it now. However, if you go down here, we got my storage over here. And the storage goes all the way here. And you can also go down over here, keep walking this way, and that's when you run into my enchanting area. Over here, I'm going to build a sugarcane farm, but it's not the focus for today's video. And over here is going to go the sheep farm. That is going to be the focus of today's video. So anyone that watches my hardcore series probably knows that I have a massive sheep farm in there, and basically I am going to build that sheep farm. I'm gonna be working on that in today's video. I don't know, is there other things I want to do today's video? Probably not. Probably the main focus is the sheep farm. Oh, also we're going to set up a shop. Yep, this season I decided I also wanted to make a shop. We're gonna make a shop for the wool. So that's why we're gonna make this big wool farm, and then we're also going to make a shop. Also, I don't know if that was on the video, but I got a villager. Yep, I got a villager. It's a stupid one, but it's a villager. I'm gonna go down into the mines and try to mend my stuff and hope that the warden despawns, because I spawned the warden on accident when I was trying to do some enchanting, so that was not good. So I'm going to try and mend my stuff. Unless the warden is still there, then obviously I will run. But I'm gonna try to mend a little bit, and then, I don't know, maybe I can also start farming some materials for a beacon. I can also just make that farm without a beacon. It's gonna take a while, but it's not impossible. Alright, it's not fully mended, but I can't really reach the Shrieker, because for some reason the Shrieker spawned in an underwater cave, so I make a lot of noise just to get there. But at least I made sure that my helmet is not on life support anymore, so I see that as a win. I am planning on building the sheep farm over here. And the plan is to go pretty far out, because it does need to be big. And I want to start breeding the sheep all the way at the end of this farm, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna have to spend, not an hour, but I'm gonna have to spend a little while on mining out the tunnel. And that will kind of show how long the farm is going to be. So I'm gonna be working on that, and I'll be back once all of that is done. Okay, so I finished the area where I want to breed the sheep, and I do realize that for the amount of sheep I need, this is nowhere near big enough, but it's okay. It's a bit annoying because we ran into a cave. However, this is how long the tunnel is. So it is quite long. Mining this out without haste 2 is going to take a little while, but it's not that bad. However, that is not what we're gonna do right now, because right now we actually need to bring the sheep down and also make the area for the sheep. So we're gonna do this pattern again, but then for the sheep. I'm gonna make this area real quick for the sheep, and then we're gonna move them down here. Okay, so I did it. I do want to hang another lantern here, because it's a bit dark on that corner. I also made this little hallway already, and part of the floor. Obviously it's still an absolute mess. Okay, getting sheep out. Gonna be a fun one. Whatever cow escapes, I'll kill. That was a horrible idea. I have a lot of sheep here. Let's just kill the cows. Oh, they're not gonna fit through that door. I'm gonna have to break part of my house just to let them in. Alright. Okay, well the good thing is that we have the sheep now all in place. The next thing we're gonna have to do is mine this entire place out. I'm gonna start building, and I'll be back once I'm done.
You and me stuck on the ocean now. Nothing but waves and they're spilling in. I wanna dry up, but you just keep on going, don't you? I don't even know how we got here. All my reasoning have disappeared. I wanna bury the hatchet and find the way back to our home, our home, our home. We don't have to drift inside this dome. I will not let us fade away. It's not a price I wanna pay, and it's not too late. No, we lost our purpose, chasing all that surplus. You were all that I need. I feel that we can break free. We can still go back there to a place with no cares. We can turn this ship around. We can turn this ship around all the way back home. Chasing all that we don't have, chasing all that we don't have, chasing all that we don't have, all the way back home. Chasing all that we don't have, chasing all that we don't have, chasing all that we don't have. Yesterday we could be ourselves, didn't have much but nevertheless we were true to each other. But now we don't even bother. I remember you being hopeful, but the tall waves have worn us down, and slowly we are drowning. That's why you need to come.
I did all of this. Was a bit annoying. So technically what I need to do now is get the actual system up, and from there on I need to start getting the collection system. But first I need the actual stuff here. I'm having a hard time talking today apparently. So I need about 320 dispensers. So for that I need a lot. I also need a lot of iron so I can make the shears. Now that also means that I need 320 bows, and this is nowhere near that number. However, Ash came up to me yesterday because I told him about me needing a lot of bows, and he told me that there's a data pack in the server where you can turn the wool back into string. That is exactly how I'm going to get string, otherwise I'm not going to be able to make those dispensers. I figured it out, I need 5 stacks. So right now we have enough for almost 3 stacks. That into string. Yeah, so we have enough for 3 stacks right now. Maybe it's a good idea, instead of going for the full 5 stacks right now, that we just go with these. So with 3 stacks, and get the first few farms up and running so that I get more wool so I can make more string. Alright, well, voiceover Crystal here, because I was all over the place for material gathering. So I already mentioned string was a massive issue, but I managed to actually get 5 stacks of dispensers later on. This was because I was busy gathering other materials, so there was enough time for me to also farm more wool and turn that into string. Observers was another thing I needed. I pretty much had the materials for that at my base. The only problem was that I was running low on redstone, so I went on a pretty long mining trip, got quite some diamonds, and mainly of course redstone. To be fair, I took every ore I could find, so I got a lot of everything. With all the redstone I got, I made some dispensers and observers. Next up on the list was glass. I needed 2 stacks of each colored glass. Most of the dyes I needed I already had or I could craft, and a few of them I had to farm myself. Main thing I struggled with was the green dye and the cyan dye. Seeing I need cactus for both of them, it kinda makes sense. That's also why I later on made a cactus farm, but for now I was just struggling. I gathered some cactus from the desert, not too many since the Ash already gave me some, and I don't want to rob this entire island from its cactus. But I gathered just enough to get all the dyes and have left over to create a farm. I also got some pickles from the ocean to get lime dye, and yeah, once I had everything I crafted it all into the colored glass. Another thing I needed was colored carpets, but Ash was nice enough to drop them off at my base, so that wasn't something I had to farm anymore. Seeing I mined a lot and even went for a second mining trip, the last few items were pretty easy to make. I needed some normal rails, powered rails, and hopper minecarts, and some normal hoppers. All the materials for this I had laying around, so I crafted that and went straight into building.
Keep thinking that I could have done something, but now I'm left with an empty heart. No making amends, no waking up beside you and holding you till we forget it all. How could I know there was no second chances? Like dominoes, my life got really scattered. You couldn't keep the door shut, and now the frostbite me here, so come home. Why won't you reappear? Things that I said came out totally wrong. Can't speak of the truth when it's tainted. I fell into a big black hole. It got me stone cold.
Alright, so it's been quite a few hours, but the farm is technically done. Obviously it's missing the sheep. Been breeding a few sheep, so we do have a few here. One thing about the collection area is that I haven't finished yet is I haven't placed the chests here yet. So I think the best thing I can do now is get more sheep and get the sheep into the farm. I'll be back once I have all the sheep in place, because trust me, it's not that entertaining to see me do this. It's just gonna be this. We need a lot of sheep, so I'll be doing this for a while until I am done. So Ash decided to come by and help me willingly. I'm kidding, I actually asked him to come by and help. So I only show the part where he basically just came in and, well, basically the start of helping me and also the ending, because trust me, in between there it was just random yapping and not much interesting happening, so I figured I'll let you know. I also went straight into placing the shears into the farm because I had all the iron laying around.
Okay.
Well, only the right side is done.
Only the right side's done.
Yes.
Like completely?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is already hellish. I have been here for a solid 30 seconds and I want out.
Hold on, bring them like further away from the adults. See, now he doesn't want to go back. Now you can push.
Hold on.
Alright, here's the last one.
Thank you. That's all of them?
I believe it is, yes.
Yeah, it's all of them.
Alright, so it's been a while. I have been AFK at my sheep farm for a little while. So currently I have this many wool. Next up is setting up a shop in the shopping district. Now I have been farming also already some stuff for the builds. And that is all the spruce stuff here, including this. But this is all I need right now, when it comes to spruce at least. I now need a lot of oak, and this is the only oak that I have left. So I'll be farming some oak. Okay, let's get into the material gathering. As I mentioned, I needed oak woods, so that is what I started with. I needed oak slabs, fences, planks, and fence gates. Not too difficult to farm, and I had this material pretty fast. Next up was different types of stone, so stone bricks, stone, cobblestone, and andesite. Of course I mined out the wool farm, so stone wasn't really an issue for me. I just needed different types of walls, also the solid blocks and polished andesite. Now for the annoying part, I needed banners with letters. First I had to get some dye, so I killed some squids for it. I also needed white dye, but I had enough bone meal to make that. So I was following a tutorial on how to make these letters. I don't think I ever made letters on banners, so that's the first. Last thing I needed was carpets. All of that was easy to get, of course, since I have a wool farm. Now because I don't have any shulkers, I had to travel twice to the shopping district just to get the materials there. I did, however, use bundles. That saved me a lot of time. So once I had all the materials there, I went straight into building the shop. So for the barn, I did use this picture for inspiration. Made the design a bit more simple though. Mainly because I had no idea how I wanted the inside to be, so I figured I'll just keep it simple. To be fair, I struggled a lot with finding a fitting building for a wool shop, but I think a barn fits well. I will add some sheep to this place, of course. Anyway, yeah, it was just a simple and easy design for a barn, very medieval style. So I guess kind of the opposite of my building style this season. I didn't give my shop any fancy name, just called it a wool shop. Also, you might probably see Ash running around the wool shop. He did come by to visit, just to check out the shop. On the ground level is where you can buy wool, and on the top floor you can buy carpets. I also made like a little stable to the side of the barn, and yeah, I think this shop looks pretty nice. This is pretty much the shop. Over here will just be all the wool, so like normal wool, and then as you can see up here, over here is all the carpets. I'll sell the normal wool just 1 diamond per stack, and the carpets 2 diamonds per 3 stacks. Alright, well, I will start moving all the wool here. I like it. I like this a lot. Very different from the style I'm building this season, but it fits for this shop. Moving all the wool here is gonna take quite a while. I have no idea how long it's gonna take me. I also don't have all the wool right now. Like, I can't fill all the barrels. I need to AFK at my wool farm for that. Alright, it's been about 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. I'm not sure how long it's been, but it's been a while. But I only filled just one, you know, barrel of all the colors. Yeah, cool. I think I'll soon just start getting some netherites and nice armor trim. I'll see what I'll do. Maybe I'll do it on video, maybe I won't. To be fair, I have enough wool, I can just start making beds and blow up the nether if I want to. Alright, well that will be it for today's video. If you enjoyed, leave a like and hit that fancy subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!